This epic healer is getting a major boost. I'll explain. Hello again, everybody. Sebastian here with Forerunner News for Watcher of Realms. Okay, so here's what happened. I logged in, I came in here, there's a little big red dot, but now we have two dots to worry about because in one of them, they're going essentially what we here in Forerunners knew as the camp is going to be drastically different from what they are going to roll out to global. Luckily, they did take our feedback regarding how things were set up and the whole format of things that they decided to simplify. And I hope that this is going to be something that you can look to at least do 1 or 2 clicks a day and get some rewards and not have to worry about too many things in the camp. And I think what was happening as well is that all these features, that all these little things that they added to the camp was just slowing down the game too much. And so if you're going to take this into a big server with a lot of players, there were going to be definitely lags. Now, let me just give you an overview of the camp before I go over the notes and what is changing. So here in this side here, I have my harbor with Maureen. We send her out on the ship and we get to pick 8, 16, 24 hours to send her out because the time that we designate is how much ore we're going to spend. And where do we get that ore? We get it from the mine. So you see this little 3 pieces of ore. This is what we need to then use as currency to then get the ship to go out and get us the ingredients that we need to eventually cook, right? To cook some of these dishes, which then are used to go to here to Lassir and say, I want to trade stuff with you. So in this case here, I traded something for a psychic power, gold, and some experience. And then now I get to look here and I look, okay, what exactly is Lassir offering me for what exactly the ingredients are going to be? As you notice here as well, some of the currency that you need not only to cook, but also to trade is the wood here with Estrid. So then we would come in and when we really cared about it, then we would just make sure that our wood would get restocked. So then we had the currency to do the other stuff that we needed to do in-game. If you started early on, there were some upgrade quests here. Once you reach 10, this becomes, you pretty much don't have to click on it anymore. But over time, you kind of had an idea of what you needed to do to upgrade things. And as another sweet, we had to also stay on top of what Nabras was offering us here. And we had to come and farm ingredients. So then we can do our dishes and cook. Now, this actually, one of the things that I was doing a lot is we were farming a lot of corn because as you can see, the ingredients that it needed to get us energy, stamina potions here, which range from 28 to 25. I have 9 already set up. So let me just set up something to cook here. It would then require this little milk and I think it was pepper. I think this is called ground pepper to make the corn chowder, and now you can get the stamina. So now when I cooked that, I would then come now to my storage and I could come in here into the dish. And if I wanted stamina, I could then use it. And now I have 25 that now I can use to go farm. They're going to simplify this now. So this version of the camp will not be the one that is rolling to global. So the first thing that I saw here regarding the camp is that they're going to adjust things just to give us a little bit of a better gameplay. And I think it had to do with the fact that a lot of the stuff, it lagged. It lagged a lot and the camp was slow at times. So what they're going to do is they're going to remove the farmland and the lumber mill. So Estrid, and Nabras, bye-bye. That's exactly what it is. We will no longer need you. So that entails that I think that the currencies here are not longer going to come into play. So then they're going to say the trading hold orders will be updated weekly with a fixed number of orders issued. So now you can't just do however many orders you have based on the ingredients that you had. No, now you are only going to have a fixed number. And I hope the rewards improve slightly, but now we only have a fixed number that we can do every week. They're going to streamline the type of dishes that can be cooked. Good. That is good. So now we don't have to worry too much about ingredients that we possibly won't need, right? It all depends on what we want to trade in the trading hall. And in the harbor, so I was telling you, you have to select the sailing times and you have to decide how much ore you're spending. But in this situation here, it's just going to be a set number of sailing opportunities that are going to be giving you. You're going to send out the ship, and you just have to, I guess, be logged in if you want to keep sending it out. That's fine. And they're going to remove any ore-related items from the mine production. That is fine. So anything that is ore-related, it's going to be also cast out. So you can see here, this is essentially what the mine is. And what I like about the mine is because if you are kind of staying on top of it and you always refresh it, you're going to get some energies and diamonds and then some mithril. The mithril is a big thing. I only got 12 here, but I've gotten more. It's just all depends on the RNG and how it drops. So now you can see that this is going to refresh and it's going to come in and get me some news. So this is good. I think that the whole thing regarding the camp will streamline it and will make the interface less laggy. And that's I think that's really what we're going for here. Now, in terms of everything that we've done, everything that we've received from it, there's a lot of changes going on here that really won't apply the global server. So I will just leave this here so you can look at it and screenshot it if you want. But this essentially won't matter to a lot of you. You're still going to be able to level your the locations that are going to be available in global, but for us here is just saying, listen, I know we're taking stuff away, so we're just going to give you rewards back. So now let's go to the major announcement here, because now here they say, okay, here's the update coming this week, and it has to do with the camp. So we've covered that is done. We and Forerunners will worry about that. You and Global, all you have to look at is that you're going to given a streamlined version of this that it's a little bit better and more tolerable for the game. Okay, in the Titanic ruins, they are saying here that Apocalypse I in the Advanced Evolution chainsaw mode is at 0 stack, the death damage is reduced by 50%. And then if it reaches 9 stacks, the attributes will increase significantly. So I think they're just modifying the chance MO here. I'll play around with it to see how much harder it is, but it looks like they're just trying to make sure that this thing, first glance, does not hit too hard, but if you let it stack up, then you're going to really get very damaged. And here is the thing. Here, finally, I think they jumped the gun in terms of this update, but we noticed this with Lucius this week. In the Ages mode hardening effect adjustment. So it changes to a stackable buff, so we noticed that. So instead of seeing all the Ages modes just display on the bar to tell us exactly how many he had, now it's just going to be stackables, and then we'll see the little number on the bottom right corner of it. So in my video where I went over Lucius and how he was interacting with the boss now in terms of the Ages mode, that's exactly what we saw. And then if it is dispelled, it says that the stack starts from 0. Perfect. That's exactly what we saw. So they just kind of jumped the gun a little bit in terms of this update, and they rolled it out in the game, but now they're saying, yes, it's going to be there. So perfect. Now here comes one of my favorite things, is that when epic heroes are given new life, new assignment, a reason for us to use them. This hero, very early on, I used her because she had a buff where she would increase your hero's attack speed. In early game, when you are looking for attack speed pieces, sometimes you didn't have them, you would use her to make sure that you get your attack speed. But now Nissandei, the Nightingale Hermit, they're in effect. When healing all allies in range, and she has a pretty big range, she will dispel all debuffs on the target. So the game is getting more debuffers, more dispellers, especially when we want to deal with that poison in Semrah. So perfect. Great job, Montan. Sometimes you do some stuff that just pusses the head out of me, but when you do stuff like this is exactly what we want to see in the game. That this is going to be a big boost for Nissandei in the game. They added arena permits to the random rewards with a chance to obtain 1 each time and then remove the 1,000 gold reward. They're just trying to get us to do more arena, I think, and at the same time give us more opportunities to jump back up when we need to jump back up because of how they change things here in arena. So more arena permits, less gold in the extra rewards. They also say that the performance of the hero's gear interface, improving the smoothness, so it's just not going to lag as much as it used to. We're hoping that the change is big. Sharing secret achievements in the chat, you no longer need to have completed them to see the description. That's essentially what they're saying. But the two big things to take from the update here that is going to roll out and eventually will get to global. I imagine this will take a little while because as we've seen in global, the updates come in like monthly patches, right? Here we get them weekly, just like little sprinkles so we can test them out, but in global it all comes in streaming at once. So this might be a little bit wild, but you have something to look forward to, especially when it comes to Nissandei. And if you haven't leveled her, go ahead and do it. The ages mode stacking and the dispelling, then starting from 0, that's the other big thing I think from these two. And then from what you saw, if you were just in global looking at ours like Arturo's as a mine account and looking at it and saying, when are we getting that freaking camp? Well, there it is. This is your answer. They had to clean things up to make sure that this did not lag the game too much, so before they brought it up into global and caused too much trouble there. All right. Thank you all very much for tuning to Forerunner News. I will see you all next time, and please remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out.